Come on, you gotta actually beat them. Don't get crushed by the thickness, so help me God. No! It doesn't make any sense. You shoot literal black holes. You should be more effective at combat than a plump prehistoric pachyderm. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. And for today's episode, we're gonna take a look at some of the more extreme mods for this game. Now, these are the ones who don't even pretend like they should belong. They don't even look like they should fit in. They're just trying to push the limits of what's possible here, which usually means they're by far the dumbest and the funniest. So once again, we're gonna try out these new units in the adventure campaign, where it looks like we're about to get hit by the Triforce of Mediocrity. I'm not all that afraid of a bunch of squires. I just need to figure out what we haven't seen yet. We've definitely seen the tribal faction, the bronze faction with the laser pharaoh we've seen, the ancient faction with the Spartans and the centurion, who is not a centaur, still disappointed in that. Dynasty faction with the nunchucks and the sumo, Viking faction, we had the war horns that freeze everything. The farmers had Gandalf, and the medieval had the drop-kicking peasants. Renaissance, I don't think we've seen this one. If you haven't seen any of these, then I definitely recommend going back to the last two videos that I've uploaded, because pretty much every faction and every unit in those factions has been overhauled, except it's looking like the Renaissance might be the first exception to that. I'm not really seeing anything different. I think the Da Vinci tank has a different portrait. Oh, I don't remember the Highlander. What are you? You're just a bigger fencer, aren't you? Yeah, you're like an 8-foot tall fencer, so I guess we're just gonna get like 16 feet worth of fencers? That's all I can afford. What are you guys gonna do differently? Hopefully it's something important, because there are a lot of them. I'm seeing blocking happening, which is a rarity in tabs, right? That they're kind of parrying their swords. I like that. Okay, that was definitely a slaughter that I did not expect. So is it just a bigger fencer? Because I'm pretty sure the little fencers can also dodge and parry and stuff like that. Luckily for us, the pirate faction more than makes up for what the Renaissance faction is missing. I'm seeing like half a dozen new units here. And I'm thinking whatever we put out there is gonna have a real easy win this time, because like half of the enemies are gonna fall to their death right off the bat. Right? Like, a helmet will save you from falling off a bicycle, not a third-story roof. So how about we try the cutlass thrower? Right, we haven't seen this one before. We've seen the cutlass. I was really happy that the pirate faction had a melee unit for once, but another ranged unit is kinda strange, especially for a faction that has gunpowder. Like, you guys do realize that you can swing the swords and, like, fire a cannon or a gun or something like that? Is there an advantage to tossing a sword? As expected, they're gonna fall in their stupid, squishy, Gumby skulls. Some of them will figure out the stairs, but that's fine, because you guys are going to pierce their shields? Oh. I didn't expect the swords to go halfway through the shield and then into the enemy. Look at that! So there is a big advantage to using a sword over something like an arrow. Really not that much to a bullet. Would have done the exact same thing, but you guys aren't getting surrounded, are you? No? Okay, I was worried that the Spartans may have learned from the Persians, started using their tactics. If anything, we're using their tactics. We're building up a bit of a body wall in front of them so they can't really get right up against us as ranged units. That was really impressive. Cutlass throwers are well worth the money, I like them. This guy is... what? Taking a siesta? It's clear, okay, I was gonna say it's clear the one with the eyes open. Come on, guys, just aim for the chest. I guess they weren't all dumb enough to jump off the roof. It looks like we missed one chieftain. And unfortunately, the pirate faction doesn't really have a good matchup against him. Everything new is too expensive. We could try something like the harpooner, but again, it isn't new. I only want to see the interesting modded units, so I would imagine that, yeah, the Western faction hasn't been updated. It's the newest one. We've got World War, where everything is too expensive. We've got Modern, where we could try a jetpack. Okay, yeah, if that's not the most badass way to fight someone on a roof, then I don't know what is. I'm not really sure what you're gonna do, though. Are you gonna be like a headbutter? I wanna see you propel yourself directly at that dick, like a dick-seeking missile. I want you to nestle that helmet right between his blue balls. Fingers crossed. Oh. He seems to throw some kind of neon bubbles. I may have not downloaded a texture. Okay, well instead you get a tomahawk to the balls. Serves you right. Here we go, the Kopesher costs exactly 400, very similar in stature, modded unit that we haven't had a whole lot of chance to use. I would imagine this should be a good matchup. I'm not looking for a good matchup though, I'm looking for a slaughter. You better get in there and bury him, that's the good stuff. Yeah, you got a few shield bashes in, you Kopeshed him real good. I don't think I've ever seen a unit jump back up. I'd be really tempted to see if that jump was a fluke by using them here, you know, having them jump up into a tree to fight Snuffy, if it weren't for the fact that Snuffy is nowhere near balanced enough to stay in the tree. So I think we're just gonna have to move on to some other units, especially because we have enough money to use literally anything we want. I kinda wanna see the barrel roller again. We've definitely seen an earlier version of these guys. I don't know if they've been changed at all. And they're not like the barrel roller from the early tabs, the ones that would ride on a barrel and then roll up to the enemy and explode. These guys carry smaller barrels, and I can't quite remember if they explode or not. Hopefully they do. Okay, good. I was gonna say, if you just throw like barrels of fish at him, he's not really gonna care. He doesn't overly care about the explosions either. Yeah, explosions to Snuffy are kind of like water balloons going off underneath your clothes. It's annoying, but it's not gonna kill you. We'll remember the barrel roller for when we need to clear out an army of little units, but we need something that can hunt big game. Maybe the Pirate King? I don't think we've seen you before, and we can also afford Redbeard. We've definitely seen Redbeard. He's a giant flaming mess. You can never have too many giant flaming messes. I think fire does well against Snuffy. All that burning hair, it makes for a huge stink, but kind of curious what it is you're gonna do. Just got a couple of guns. Not all that impressive, especially compared to the Pirate Queen. Oh, wait! He's firing little salvos of bombs that stick to stuff. Oh, that's really impressive! I mean, Snuffy doesn't seem all that impressed, but he's got a whole lot of health. I'm sure you'll be able to bomb your way through him eventually. How are you doing over here, Redbeard? You've already massacred them all. Okay, then. Yeah, like I said, fire probably gonna do a whole lot. You're really holding those guns wrong, guy. You're gonna hurt your elbows. Who am I kidding? Tabs units don't have elbows. We have to be nearing the end of the adventure campaign now. Not only because it's been 2 episodes, but because Snuffies are out in full force, and they are clearly the last line of defense, the last hope for the Tabs world. But unfortunately for them, we now know that they're super weak against fire and have literal flamethrowers all of a sudden. Fingers crossed they shoot fire and not purple bubbles. Okay, good, fire, that's what I was hoping for. You guys are wearing bulletproof vests, hopefully. They're also apple-proof. I doubt they're gonna be stomping-proof. Okay, so Redbeard must have some kind of magical anchor fire because Snuffy did not give 2 craps this time. Technically, those 2 aren't the only new type of fire we have, right? We could try the Molotov cocktail. I'm gonna load them up on one side of the road. How about that? Because if we can take down one Snuffy, then his thick behind should be able to block off the wheelbarrows, buy us a little bit of time. Sounds like a decent strategy. Is it wishful thinking? It's probably wishful thinking. You guys threw those a little high, just a little high, but we did manage to cause the blockade and he can't get over here. He's already too big. You guys are seriously hurling these Molotovs. Just be careful with where you step. You're burning each other. What's wrong with you? No, not the apples. Please, not the apples. The last thing we need is for the sole survivor to get beat up by Steroid Bob Ross. Get him, get him. You're throwing them real high. Just there we go, right into the crotch. This is a potential victory. If he can ever figure out what he's doing, now is not the time to take a break and hump the wheel. Come on. There you go. There, you just had to set him straight. Oh my God. It's like trying to watch a blind toddler work their way through a maze. It is just, hold on, I'm just gonna help you out a little bit, okay? Just a little, wow, you got yourself real wedged in there. Okay, there we go. No, no. Defeated, crap. I blamed them, that wasn't on me. It's been a while since I've seen a Snuffy so fat that it caught orbit. It's not even touching the ground. I'm pretty sure the world is orbiting around it, which means we might actually want to use the Void Archer now. Because you shoot black holes out of your crazy shadow bow? I would imagine that a black hole would do a whole lot of damage against something that's trying to stay in space. It's having a hard time sliding forward. Oh, please tell me you didn't just blow yourself up. Okay, good. Come on, you gotta actually beat them. Don't get crushed by the thickness, so help me God. No! It doesn't make any sense. You shoot literal black holes. You should be more effective at combat than a plump prehistoric pachyderm. Here's my thought process. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's a Jedi. They're technically very good at taking down things that look like moons but aren't quite. So maybe they could apply that and then fire something into Snuffy's port exhaust vent hole thing? Just fire something into his butt, okay? That's all I'm asking. Preferably a lightsaber. What is going on? Does he actually have force powers? I think he does. I'm pretty sure he's tossing units around. I thought the game was broken for a second, but that is really cool. That wasn't the case the last time we saw this guy. He just had the lightsaber. So now you've got them stuck, okay? You guys don't need to worry about using, oh my God, you're stuck too. No, do not let the Roid Rage Bob Ross get to you. You don't want that. Oh, you gotta dodge those apples. Just deflect them. Come on, dude. Don't walk underneath the Snuffy. What is wrong with you? Come on, I was joking when I said put a lightsaber up his butt. Oh my God, this is impossible. What do you think the Weapon Master does? Like, for $1,200, it had better be something, and that something had better be impressive. We can only afford 4 of them. They look like some kind of caped skeleton. I'm being told they have a gun, scythe, sword, axe, hammer, but I'm not seeing any of that. Just a caped skeleton. You guys planning on, oh! They actually are planning on pulling weapons out of their butt. So they're a lot like the duplicant, the clone, the shapeshifter. They're like the shapeshifter in that they can choose their own. That guy, wait, what? That guy had 2 Gatling guns for arms. No, that was super cool. Oh my God, they just get overrun. I hate this level. These units are way too cool to mess around in this level. I'm going to the sandbox, screw Snuffy. I gotta give these weapon masters a little room to breathe, because if they are transforming their arms into any weapon in the game, then I can think of a lot of messed up possibilities. It's all a roll of the dice, but we can have them face off against, what is male standard? What? It's just like a blank tabs unit that's having trouble standing up. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's fight those things. Oh, no, maybe I don't want to fight those things. They're gross. What? Why are they so gross? Oh, you guys got like shields and guns, and again, everything goes by real quickly, but whatever is happening, it's interesting. Okay, I don't really know what you are. If that's the male standard, then I think I'm gonna break the mold. How about we try them out against everybody's favorite cannon fodder, the halfling? And they're not gonna explode into black holes. They're not gonna do anything weird. They're pretty much just gonna give us time to see exactly what's happening here. And die. Of course they're gonna die. Okay. You turned into a double Gandalf? That's Gandalf's stick. That's not fair at all. I'm also seeing, double blunderbuss, and then, was it double mace? Yeah, we need to try like one of them at a time. There's so many possibilities. It's such a cool unit. Snuffy, you're gonna end up being useful this episode after all. Because we know you can't squeeze all that thickness through that door, which means I should have more than enough time to figure out what I'm doing with this guy. Now, how do I get my weapons? Weapons, please. I don't seem to be able to get any weapons. Do I need to walk over here? Maybe touch you? No. Nothing's really happening. What if I just let go of you for a second? Would you then decide on getting some weapons? Oh, okay, and then I could take control of you, back it on up, and then I gotta wait 5 seconds. So for some reason, space doesn't work for me, but it works for him. So we'll just let go of you again, and then you'll switch over to the Tommy gun, but we're not hurting Snuffy because we want to get those Gatling guns. I'm just gonna keep doing this for probably ever, to be perfectly honest. I don't even know what's happening anymore. I've made a monster. My hands are covered in glue and candles, and my arms are boulders. I can't even move anymore. Is it possible for us to get rid of these? Okay, well, he threw one. Let's see if we can keep switching. Please don't stop. Come on. Whenever you pick up some kind of, oh, good, there. No, we still got the friggin' boulder arm. All right, well, this is only gonna get worse because I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep building this up. So now the boulders are permanent. Oh, and we've got shields, good. So you can drop weapons. You can't drop body parts, but sometimes he gains body parts. So he's just slowly becoming more and more of a monster. I really wish I could tell you where the 2 blue dead guys came from, but I have no sweet idea. This isn't gonna work if you can't stand. We're gonna have to try something else. My best guess is there are probably a couple hundred units and tabs. I'm gonna try 100 of these guys at once, which means we should have pretty decent odds, but I've turned on the cheat so that units won't die. That way, if we do get what we want, we should be able to spot him in the mess. You would think giant Gatling gun hands would stand out, but it sure doesn't. Okay, let's just slow this down, and holy crap, there is a lot happening on screen right now. Many explosions and lightnings and pumpkins and hammers and sweet Jesus, the trees. I don't know if the battlefield is exploding or my computer. I'm not seeing Gatling gun hands, folks. Oh my God, how is this possible? Well, I managed to find cannon hands. That's pretty cool. There's a whole lot of cool stuff happening out here, but I still can't find any Gatling gun hands. Yes! Oh, you've got the cranks embedded in your head, kind of. So, do you need to be doing this while shooting? Because you need to be doing this while shooting. Oh, there's another one. You've got the cranks too. That doesn't seem like it's gonna go particularly well. You guys can't die, so fortunately I won't lose you this time, but I wanna see you shoot. You can shoot, right? Hold on, maybe if I take control of you. Oh, I don't want you switching. That's the last thing that I need. No, I'm getting away. You really had to go and pull a Cinderella's carriage move and turn into a pumpkin, didn't you? I don't even know if you can stand up anymore. You're breaking my balls, man. I just want to see you shoot people. Oh, this is just unbearable. I mean, there were more of them, but I would imagine they also switched into something stupid as well. We got more pumpkin arms over here. This is the problem with having amazing mods. Every now and then you get guns poking through shields and it just doesn't really work out for you. I can't, my computer's gonna melt. I'm looking back through the factions for units that I may not have been able to use because of like money restrictions and stuff like that. The Ronin is pretty expensive, so I'm interested in seeing what exactly he can do. He looks kind of like a modified monk, you know, big, burly, holding his sword backwards. That's usually not a good sign. Like in real life, sure, great, when you know what you're doing. Tabs units, not so much, so I get the feeling he's not gonna hit anything. We could also try the Huskari. Little bit cheaper, but interesting nonetheless. Has a sword, has a shield, has what looks like a kilt. Okay, I'm willing to see Tabs units with combat skirts. Did they just throw the sword and shield at them? Oh, they have bows now. Wait, what? They walked up to them and then didn't even throw them like they were trying to hurt them. It was just like, no, screw this, and then started firing arrows. It's working, because as I expected, the Ronin have no idea what they're doing. At least as far as I can tell. Yeah, oh, maybe? I don't think we've had any deaths on either side yet. It's just some kind of weird stalemate. I really picked a couple of weird units here. Oh, we're actually, no, every time I think they're dead, they get right back up. Like, as far as I can tell, the Ronin can deflect arrows, so they're not really taking any damage. They're also pretty squirmy, and they seem to be able to dodge, but then the Huskarri can definitely dodge melee attacks, because they're not getting hit either. And then, for some reason, the Huskarri want to fight close range, even though they're a ranged unit? It's so weird, and we're still not seeing any losses. People are getting tossed across the battlefield, and they get back up because I still have on the mod that makes it so that units can't die. I'm an idiot. Let's try that again, except for this time, there will actually be a winner, and we should be able to see the surprise in slow motion. You are just gonna straight up throw the sword and shield at them, then surprise fire the bow. It's a bold tactic, I'll give them that much, but I still don't think I would want to be a long-range unit fighting within sword distance. Like, unless they have some kind of bash, it doesn't look like they can punch or anything like that. I wouldn't imagine bashing someone with a bow is all that effective. Okay, we're seeing some casualties. On the Huskarri side, the Ronin, not so much. Oh no. I had high hopes for the Huskarri. You know, we haven't seen strategies like that before. It's definitely a different unit. You want to see different win, but at the same time, giant swords, close range, whole lot better than wooden bow. You're really good at dodging melee attacks all the same. It's been a hot minute since we've seen the super boxer. Mostly because when you look directly at him, you go blind a little bit. We could try him against something like, how about some shapeshifters? We could even use a couple shapeshifters. Because I know it's not gonna be a fair fight unless we get really lucky. We're gonna turn into stuff like a monk and, oh, we got Artemis. That's pretty good. We also got monk raptors, which are amazing. We have a swordcaster who seems to have gotten his arms stuck behind his back. That's rare. I don't think we've seen that before. Oh, come on, bird. You can't be suckling the teat of a god. That's inappropriate. But you know what? I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, guys. This was a complete mess. It was fun, don't get me wrong. I love making these grab bag episodes every now and then, but I can't even describe to you guys how much stuff just doesn't work out and gets cut out. Like, I've been recording for probably 3 hours and the video is gonna be like 20 minutes long. Like, I want to get back to having objectives in the videos, whether it be playing a workshop campaign, or whether it be looking at a new update, or more user battles, you know, tweet battles, comment battles, tournaments, arena challenges, all that kind of stuff. Let me know what you guys want to see. Leave a comment, leave a like in the video, and I'll return for more tabs soon. But thanks so much for watching this video, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.